How's everyone doing today? Shank up here. Today we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart as well as macro charts to see where we are in the market and give us a better perspective of what we may expect in the future. So without further ado, let's dive right into the charts. All right, guys. So from the last video I posted, this was Bitcoin. We had our point A and point B Fibonacci's, and you can see that we have had a massive pump. Now, the reason for this price increase is because there was some fake news about a Bitcoin SPOT ETF. So it didn't actually happen. It was just a rumor. However, guys, like we were saying, we are grinding up from higher highs and higher lows here. So at the same time, we were anticipating the price to increase, maybe not this fast, but yeah, we were anticipating the price to increase and at least get up to this level here of resistance. Now, one thing I wanted to show you guys is Bitcoin is doing well, but we do have some altcoins that are actually, altcoins are not actually doing as well as Bitcoin. So Ethereum, if we look at Ethereum, so as we were looking at Bitcoin, and we have a kind of the same low right here is, we're looking for Bitcoin to stay above this low for us to continue the uptrend, as the same with Ethereum. So Ethereum has actually broken this low right here, and it has broken this low right here, and because it's broken and slow, we're showing more weakness. So while Bitcoin is heading up in the uptrend, Ethereum is actually looking weak and heading lower. So just want to point this out to you guys because yes, Bitcoin is pumping, but altcoins are not going to be actually the time to get in yet. So just kind of strengthening what we see on the chart for us to actually make better decisions. Now let's look at ETH versus Bitcoin. So right now, ETH versus Bitcoin, if we look at it, it is looking weak against Bitcoin. All right, it's looking weak. We've had this chart out, mapped out. We've broken down, and we have, started to see the price decrease and continue to fall. All right, so against Bitcoin, Ethereum is weak. So this is an indication for us because Ethereum is the second biggest coin. It's the biggest altcoin in the market. So it's an indication to us that altcoins are not performing that well against Bitcoin. So in the market right now, altcoins are not going to be doing exponentially well at the moment. And if we look at the S&P 500, guys, we have had the price actually, so we made this lower low from here, but we're heading higher at the moment. So let's see what happens. For me to say that we're back in an uptrend for the S&P, I would like for us to break this high right here. For us to break this high. So until we break this high, I would still be looking for shorts around areas over here, right here. So we'll still be looking for shorts along these areas. So we would at least minimum would want to see this high being broken, but this high being broken would be great as well. But at minimum, we'd like to see this high right here being broken for us to at least consider us heading back into an uptrend. But right now, as it stands, until we break at least this high, we are now in a downtrend, not still, because we've been in this uptrend for the whole year, right? So yeah. Okay, so now guys, let's look at the M2 money supply. So again, the M2 money supply is always going to be going up. It's always going to be increasing. Every year, we had a pullback a little bit, but it's always going to be increasing. So that's why it's important to get yourself into some assets. The first asset is being who you are as a person. So you're the number one asset, and you have to build yourself up and then invest in other assets to protect the capital that you make from your active income. And this right here is the 10 versus 2 year. So the 10 versus 2 year, it has inverted, and it has inverted pretty substantially here. And normally what a lot of individuals think is when we invert, we have a recession, which is not actually true. It's when we uninvert, when the yield uninverts, that's when we have a recession. So if we actually look over time, is this area here, this gray area, signifies when there was a recession. So this was 2007 to 2009. This was 2001 to 2000 and, well, I guess end of 2001, and this was 1990 to 1991. And you can see once the yield curve uninverted, that's when we had a recession, right? So right now, if we look, we are inverted with the yield curve. And if once we uninvert, which, you know, looks like we're getting close to that, we may have an actual recession with different asset classes. So, you know, in Canada, it may be with real estate, as refinances are due in the next 12 to 24 months for a lot of individuals who purchase homes. So it could be that for a lot of individuals. So guys, let's take a look at the TLT. So the TLT is still heading down. So the underlying curve for me, guys, is still showing that the bonds are decreasing, showing us that risk on assets is still something that we are looking to, investors are still looking to get into. So, and you can see that S&P 500 has increased, Bitcoin has increased. So yeah. So now let's look at the DXY. So the dollar index, guys, and I have mentioned this in a video before, maybe 6 months ago, but the dollar, just from a technical perspective, if we look at it versus the last couple decades, so if we look at it from 1985, we've actually been on a decline of the dollar. But what does it look like here? We actually, on a technical pattern, the dollar looks like it's increasing in strength. So you guys want to consider this as what has happened is we've actually we've broken this trend line here. We've found a support in 2018, found a support again in 2020 and 2021, and now we've broken above this resistance area. So from a technical standpoint, the dollar actually looks like it's going to be increasing still. So we're looking to break this high here at 114, 113. And if we break that high, you know, we could be heading higher. But yeah, guys, the dollar, a lot of individuals saying the dollar is getting weaker, but like, let's look at the chart. The dollar looks like it's actually getting stronger, and it's the strongest it's ever been since 2000, you know, since 2002, or about 2002. So it hasn't been this strong since 2002, you know, so it's the strongest it's ever been for this decade. So you want to consider that, guys. You really want to consider that. So what we're going to take a look at now, guys, real quick, is I would like to take a look at some cryptocurrencies. So we'll take a look at one of these cryptocurrencies that I traded earlier in the year. And let's just look on the daily time frame. So yeah, this looks crazy, right? This coin has a $30 million market cap, so it's very small, but you can see, and I'm going to compare it to some of the older cryptocurrencies, that this has a bullish pattern. I know it looks kind of crazy, but it does have a bullish pattern. We have a base here. We made a low, made a higher low, and we've maintained this support area. So this, to me, technically, on a technical level, does look good actually to start scaling into this project for the next 12 to 24 months. Because right now, if we look at some older projects like Phantom, ADA, or Solana, let me bring out ADA. I've been hating on Solana for a little too long. So if we look at coins like ADA, well, yes, right now, how does it look? We're having lower lows and lower highs, so we're heading lower with the price action. So you guys really want to consider that is how do these older coins look on a technical level, right? How are they looking on a technical level? If we look at AVAX was a great coin as well. So on a technical level, we're underneath resistances, right? So we made a low, lower low, high, lower high. If this breaks, it would be considered a lower high. So we're technically just heading in a downtrend, right? So let's look at Phantom as well. If you look at Phantom, still downtrend, low, high, lower low, right? And realistically, guys, unless we break above this level here, up here for Phantom, there's no reason to actually get into this project, right? So, and I'm just really comparing Phantom, which was around in the last bull run, to this coin, which is relatively newer than AVAX, Phantom, and Cardano, is that we are heading higher, right? We technically, we had this low, we made a lower low, and then we maintained a higher low base, and now we're forming, right now we've made a higher low from here. So this looks more bullish in my perspective, and in just my observing these patterns over the last 3 or 4 years. This is something that's actually, I would consider getting into, compared to a Phantom or a coin that's still printing lower lows and lower highs, right? So just consider that while you're trading in the market, guys, and consider that while we are having Bitcoin rally, from a perspective, if we look at Ethereum and we look at ETH versus BTC, altcoins are still not primed to actually start moving up exponentially. Bitcoin is really just the only thing currently maybe we would stay in for right now at the moment, right? So we're still in the accumulation. You know, we've been here for a little while. So this was March. So like I did say, for most of the year we'll probably be just in consolidation, which we have been. We're closer to the end of the year, so just consider that, guys, is that Bitcoin, we've just been consolidating, right? We've just been consolidating. We may break out soon, but at the same time we have to wait until we get up to this resistance area to even see how the candles are forming and what's going on before we could even make any type of assumption. The only thing that we can analyze is that we are making higher highs and higher lows within this consolidation pattern, right? So that's really it for today, guys. I hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, share, and tune in next time for some more cryptocurrency news. You know, just here to help. Well, you guys do your own research, but just here to kind of give you guys a visual of what I believe is going on. No hype. You know, if you want to learn how to trade, TradingView, this is TradingView that I use. You know, you can go on CoinMarketCap to look at cryptocurrencies, and I will be coming out with a course within the next 12 months, so you guys can see exactly how we can analyze the markets and actually get a good idea with macroeconomics. And you know, when you can never guess the top or the bottom, but just have a better understanding of when you should get into the market, when you should maybe exit the market, because these things are not as hard as you think. But then when you put money in, you need to just master your psychology and emotions. So with that being said, guys, I'm here to help serve you, to make sure that you can make the best decision on your own, and just giving you some information about the charts on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. All right, so enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good Monday. Keep striving for excellence and enjoy. Take care.